Okay, so the history of Recaredo began with my grandfather. So he founded the company in 1924, and since then we are trying to produce sparkling wines able to represent our landscape. So the most important thing for us is trying to say something about our place, our climate, our grapes, our soil, and about the people who is behind the wine as well, with the wines. And this is at the end our aim, and this is at the end our philosophy. And what we do is very, very long aging sparkling wines, very long aging cavas. All that we do is completely dry, it's Brut Nature style, and always vintage. And all this trying to represent this landscape, like I have said. This is our philosophy. I think at the end it's a very simple philosophy. Show the things like they are, and trying to show our landscape like it is. Okay, the first thing that makes Recaredo special, I think, is of course the vineyard. You know, we believe that the wine is always done in the vineyard, so 100% of the job is always there. When we have picked the grapes, the job is done, and then we became caretakers. So the most important thing for us is that we own our own vineyard. All our vineyard is without irrigation. We work only with the rainfall. That makes so a special terroir style. And then after that, it's true that we age our cavas for a long, long time, at least 5 years in this moment, our youngest white cava, because we like very much this style, what the cava, the flavors that develop after all this time in contact with the dead yeast, in contact with the yeast inside the bottle. And we age all the bottles with real cork. We don't use plastic or metallic caps. We just age with real cork because for the long, long agings we feel is the best way of aging in terms of technical reasons, in terms of sustainable reasons as well. And also is part of our identity, is part of our history, you know, cork is part of our culture. There's a famous sommelier in Spain who says, if you want to produce a wine able to represent the landscape, just cork it with landscape. And this is a beautiful saying, a beautiful way of saying this. And we disgorge all the bottles by hand without freezing the bottle neck, just putting the bottle upside down and put the bottle up just in the moment when the cork goes out, the lees goes out, and it's the skill that you have to have for the lees must go out, but the bottle must be clean and full. So then we put the second cork, and this bottle is ready for enjoy. Well, we have many different vineyards. The oldest one that we have is planted in 1940, and then the youngest one is recently planted. So we have 50 hectares in total, with different ages, with vineyards that they have about 60 years, 50 years, other ones that we produce our top wines, our top cavas. Well, we are a small company because we produce about 250,000 bottles of cava and a small production of still Xarel·lo wines. But the way we produce, we need an important team. We are about 28 people in our team and one horse. So the horse is important as well because we work the vineyards a little bit, not all the vineyards, but part of the vineyards are working with the horse. But the way we work, we need a wonderful team with a lot of knowledge, with a lot of experience, because all our vineyards are biodynamic, run, organic of course, and then we have to take care of a lot of the vineyards. We have to go to the vineyards very, very often, to walk through the vineyards, to see what's happening there, because it's a kind of proactive way of working, we can say, and that's why we need this team. Then everything is handcraft, everything is made by hand, all the harvest is hand-picked, all the disgorging is done by hand as well, we riddle by hand, so that's why the team is the most important part of our house, of course. Recaredo to me means something very, very special. I mean, at the end, it means to be free, doing what I want to do, and doing what we want to do. I mean, Recaredo is a jazzistic way of living because we are doing the wines that we like to do. And fortunately, always we find somebody around the world who share this value. So this is what means Recaredo for me, to be happy, to enjoy every day, to have different challenge of trying to create something different, something new, and at the same time respecting the tradition, respecting our father and grandfather. You know, we believe that we are a creative company, but at the same time we respect a lot the tradition, but we always wonder all the time what's happening. And my grandfather used to say, it's not good to do the things like always has been done. You have to do the things better than always has been done. And I think it's something that we have inside our ADN, and that's why we try to improve all the time. Respecting the tradition is a way of improving as well. We started to produce still wines in 1990, okay, and that is something that it's our normal way, you know, because if you produce a sparkling wine, the first thing that you have to do is produce a still wine, that then it's going to have a second fermentation in the bottle. So it's a natural way for us to produce still wines as well, and we have a lot of knowledge of producing the base wine for the sparklings, on having still wines with high acidity but keeping the freshness, and that's why we decided to produce still wines as well. And we want to be focused in Chorello grape, because Chorello is I think it's our best grape, and it's a unique grape all over the world that's unique from our Penedès area. And for these reasons we decided to try to produce different still wines of Chorello, trying to show that Chorello is a grape that we can produce many different styles with the same variety. And also we wanted to keep a space of truly creative wines, trying to do very rare, strange wines every year, and maybe different wines every year. We produce wines that we don't repeat. And this is a way for us that helps us to learn the different possibilities of Chorello grape, that I think that today nobody knows exactly the limit of this variety. And this was the way we started. Recaredo is our sparkling wines project. So my grandfather began many years ago, 90 years ago, and Recaredo is the nickname of the family, and everybody knows us as Recaredo. So we want to use Recaredo only for the sparkling wines. But the short name for Recaredo, if you say it quickly, Recaredo, 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 finally you say Credo. So many people in town know our house as Credo, and that's why we use Credo for the still wines and we use Recaredo for the sparkling wines. For us, they are such different projects. You know, it's true that both projects are our family projects, but the opinions are different, the way we work is different, and that's why Recaredo is only Brut Natur vintage sparkling wines, and Credo it's only white still wines of Chorello.